Hey, do you beat yourself up after competition and only focus on your mishaps? Hi, I'm Dr. Patrick Cohn. I'm continuing my series on the top 10 confidence killers for athletes. And today I have another important confidence killer that we're going to discuss, and that is focusing on your mishaps and being self-critical after competition. You're watching Sessions with Doc. So a lot of the athletes I work with destroy their confidence between competitions because they tend to be highly self-critical or judgmental after their performance. And it certainly deals with some of the expectations that they have about their performance, certainly. And we've talked about that in previous videos, that when they don't perform up to their expectations, they tend to start to beat themselves up, right? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, why did I make that mistake? Or why did I drop that game? Or why did I throw that interception? Instead of beating yourself up and focusing on your mistakes after competition, here's a couple things I want you to do. Number one, don't take it home with you. Leave the competition on the field. Leave the ball in the ball field and transition. If you're thinking about it all night, then you're taking that performance too personally. Give yourself a half an hour at the most to assess your performance and then move on. Okay, next step, have a pre-game or a post-game routine in this case. Of course, you want a pre-game routine, but in this case, it's a post-game routine where you're going to start to behave a little bit differently after competition. What do you do in that post-game routine? Step one, focus on what you're doing well. What are two things that you feel like you did well in that game? We always want to focus on the positive first. Step two, and maybe the most important step for you, is instead of thinking about the mistakes and the mishaps, what I want you to do is I want you to learn and grow from that performance. Remember, it's all about keeping your confidence from competition to competition and not destroying it in those few hours after the competition. That's vitally important. If you're destroying your confidence after each competition, you're not allowing it to grow. So focus on what you're doing well, and then think about your next step is try to do an honest assessment or objective assessment of your performance. Well, why do we want to do that? Because you're going to use that information as a launch pad to know what you have to focus on in your next practice. Remember, it's all about growing and getting better and then taking that to practice and applying that. So we're splitting hairs here between beating yourself up and being self-judgmental versus just assessing your performance in a way that's going to help you take some learning tips from that performance, some lessons that you can apply to your next competition. If you weren't decisive enough, if you're playing too tentatively or indecisively, well, don't beat yourself up. Apply that in your next practice and your next game as well, that becomes an objective to improve that specific skill. And that's just one tiny example of how you can assess your performance to help you grow and improve. Jump over to peaksports.com. You can send us a question. You can inquire about our mental coaching programs as well, or you can check out some of our audio and CD and workbook programs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. If you want to continue to improve your mindset, here are 2 suggested videos for you to watch. On the left is a playlist related to this video, and on the right is a recommended mental training video just for you. To perform your best in competition, you must have mental toughness. Please subscribe to my channel today.